Ahoy model builders, Frank and Dave back again on YouTube. Today on YouTube, this is part one of Little Jimmy Parakakis group build 19th century German aces, featuring my Airfix 148 scale measurement 109. This is Major Adolf Gallen's machine. Fellas, so far on the build today, I got the fuselages. Fuselage has airbrush with RML gray, and the canopy, the cockpit assembly is painted the same. The dial console has been painted the same. And I picked out the gauges using flat white and red, and to let the assembly dry overnight. Tomorrow I'll spray on a good coat of black wash on it to bring out the details to it, and assemble the fuselage when dry. After reviewing the kit, it's a wonderful kit. I think I paid 18 American dollars for it at Smitty's Hobby Shop. The kit lists like 25, 26 bucks, somewhere around there, but I got it for $18, so that cheap of a deal. I went and bought 3 or 4 of them at the same cost. And they're good kits. I highly recommend the Airfix kit. This is a very wonderful kit. They got so much new stuff out there, fellas. It's just, it's mind-boggling. I mean, there's so much out there. You just can't keep up. But this build here is going to be a very good build when I get finished with it. And it's going to take me it'll take me about 2 weeks for me to build this. I like to build slow. And I went and got online and got a hold of Pegasus Models, who makes that measurement I got. I gave him a piece of my mind. I told him I want 2 new fuselage halves for the kit. I got a digital camera. I took a picture of it, and I attached to the email showing him the problem. So far, I haven't heard nothing from him yet, though. So that was last Saturday when I done that. And so hopefully I should hear something for it one day next week, which is kind of starting tomorrow. And once I get those fuselage hats, I'll throw it back in a box and forget about the kit for about a couple of years, and may do something with it later on. I don't know. Depends. If I'm in the mood. Build another 109. Anyway, this kit here is a very good kit. Like I said before earlier in the video, I highly recommend this kit. It's a wonderful kit. I mean, the parts all flash free, and the typical Airfix instructions, they're treated a little different than the original instructions. They give you a series of symbols and legends of paint codes, and also assembly codes, and anything towards the construction of the kit itself. And I don't have Humbrol colors. Can't find Humbrol paint in America. About 30-something years ago, we used to have a lot of Humbrol paint. I love Humbrol's little Humbrol 10s. They're great. And so far, I'm mixing my own paint using my federal color charts that I've got. And I also go to the hobby shop buying model paint as well, but I make my own paint. It's cheaper. You pay $4 for any bitty bottle like that. Well, I get a big old can that's equal to 1,000 of those bottles at a cheaper cost than what I paid for the bottles. For all I paid for a little bottle of paint for $4 at my hobby shop, I could buy a big pint of it for the same price and get 1,001 models out of one can. That's called savings. The key of mixing your paints, you got to have your primary colors. You got to know how to mix them. Like olive drab, you use red, blue, yellow, black, green, and you mix all those together in blue, and you get olive drab. That's all the hues that make the color. You got to learn the spectrum of the color wheel. And I've been mixing my own paint for years. And for those of you models out there interested in mixing your own paint, I highly suggest getting a hold of a federal color chart. And I'll give you a small sample here, guys. Inside this binder is my color charts. And you get all these color charts right here. You gotta mix them to those charts right there. These are all federal charts dealing with Royal Air Force and Luftwaffe, Japanese, United States Navy, United States Air Force, Army Air Force, anything to do with aircraft in general, even ships. There's even got the color charts there. So I get a great deal of satisfaction mixing my own. So any surplus paint I got left over, I put them in empty pill bottles I get from the VA, and I put wax around the edges, keep it from drying out inside. So I always got my paint in case I need them. If I need R&R grade, just grab it off the shelf behind me and go at it on the model. Anyway, folks, I'd like to show you the progress I've done on this thing. Starting with the left-hand, right-hand side of the fuselage. You gotta excuse, folks, I didn't fire up my big camera like that. It's too much work to get that thing fired up, so I figured this would be a quick review, and I can show you a little bit what I've done. As you can see, the dial console is picked up with white. It don't do much justice on this camera, folks, but after I spray on, I'm going to pick up those dials that was some flat black, too, a little bit around there, doctor them up a little bit. You got the trim wheel right there, too, on the side. And get a little closer. There you go, fellas. I got the seat belts all picked out. The dial console is all picked out. And airbrush R&R gray inside, same thing with the opposing fuselage on the left side. Painted the same thing. So let that dry 24 hours, and I'll apply a wash of black. And I got 8 gallons right here on my dummy helper right here. I got him all primed. I use that gray primer on there. Went and primed him, so he'd be the last of my worry about painting. So I get the model painted, I can go ahead and put some extra time on 08 off over there and get him all doctored up. And that's about as far as the progress on my group build for little Jimmy Parakakis. It's a good kit, guys. Like I say, I highly recommend this kit. We got a lot of ones out there probably better than this, so I'm quite sure of that, but you can't knock Airfix, especially the cost of them. Jeez. They always remain their low end of the cost. And like most of us, I grew up with Airfix. They've always been treasures to me. And that'll be that. And once I get the wash all done on this thing, I'll just go ahead and let it dry, and I'll do some more detail work inside the cockpit. And I'll join the fuselage halves together and get the horizontal stabilizers installed. And matter of fact, the kit gives you a makeshift engine. It's actually molded on the fuselage, as you can see right there. The Delmar Benz engine right here they used. So I'm gonna give that apply a wash and add some wiring to it too, like I did on my Spitfire. And it'll be a nice little build when I get done with this little squirt. It's a gem of a model, and I enjoy it. And that'll be down there. So I'd like to thank everybody for your comments on my finished Spitfire. Last night right before, around 11:30 at night or so, when I uploaded it on the YouTube right there, I superseded my limit, and they kind of rejected it a little bit, and I had to verify my account. So I used my wife's cellular phone and gave them a ring, and they called back, gave me a code number. So from now on, I could supersede 10, 12 minutes without a fuss. And I had a problem, I guess, when I had it verified and went there to upload to YouTube, it came out to the private. I said, oh boy, how am I going to get this publicly done? So There's always a help menu on there, so I had to go to my channel settings and set it for public use only. So those of you commented, I just had it publicized by 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I got done taking care of stuff around the house. So I'm pretty good shape right there. The good folks at YouTube says, go ahead, take it 15, 20 minutes you want. We know who you are. Thank you, YouTube. Okay, fellas, just rambling right there. And before I close my video, since I got time, I hear what I can do. I'd like to thank, like once more time again, this senior moment I'm going through. I keep repeating myself. I'd like to thank everybody for my Spitfire comments. I'm very grateful for that. And Darren, one day at a time, son. Getting off those pain pills. It's gonna take a while. It'll take a while for you to get hooked on them. It'll take a while for you to get off of them. But like I say, with prayer and all of our support that we lend to you, it'll help a great deal, buddy. And pretty soon you'll be clean as driven snow. And that'll be that, and you'll be all reunited with your family, your children, and back in the modeling community, and it'll be like a bad dream you had. It was all over with. So it's gonna take time, buddy. And like I say, we can't be there physically for you, but we can lend all the support we can verbally, even though visually also on the YouTube. And although we have never met each other in the flesh, but I'm a pretty good judge of character of everybody on here, and we're all for you, buddy. So you get squared away, you'll be all right. And Alex, I hope you're doing well too, dear sir. You're a modeling, building machine, and no more overtime now. You do your shift and get out of there. The crooks will be up there tomorrow. But just go up there and do your job. That's it. Go home, take a good shower, take a power nap, get a bite of chow, and they get back to YouTube and they're doing your model building. Your models are waiting for you, and so are we. And I hope Warren gets his 109 all done. He did a magnificent job on my group build on his 109. He got the decals on. He's got some other touch-up work that you're doing there on. So I'm quite assured that he'll probably be posting maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow on his build. But he's doing a very remarkable, fabulous job in that old kit. And haven't heard nothing from Panzer Bill yet in his 110. So I imagine next posting it'll be done. And Clint Mad Modeler, he's doing very well on his Messerschmitt. I mean on his his 109. And also Steve, he had a YouTube presentation of his group build of the Haka Hurricane, and he's done a very wonderful job there. That Shackleton looks wonderful. I like to get my flippers in one of them. I haven't seen a Shackleton kit in almost 50 years. I had one before about 50 years ago. It was 1/72 scale by Frog, I think, made it. I think the kit back then cost $1.98. I remember that. And I may have it down below in my basement somewhere. I don't know, but I haven't seen it in the market for a long time. And here in America, they more or less go with Revell Germany and Monogram Revell and Hasegawa and Tamiya and Trumpeter. And everything else just they put on the shelf. So that'll be that there. And tomorrow I can go to the hobby shop tomorrow. I'm going to see Mark and see if we get Mark's B-17 and my B-17 tomorrow. And I've been promising that poor fella at B-17 for a long time. We've just going to the mail and going through the motions. It's a slow process, but it'll get there. Anyway, folks, I'd like to thank everybody for update number 1 on a little Jimmy Parakakis group build of 20th Century German Aces. And I'll post part 2 tomorrow on the finished product of the weathering of the side of the fuselage and joining it too. And I used my big camera this time. It's a blackout or something. Okay, folks, this is Frankie Day here signing off. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. The comments are wonderful. And please subscribe and take care of yourselves. May God speed. May God bless. And we'll catch you tomorrow on Little Jimmy's Group Build Part 2 of my Airfix Messerschmitt 109E. We'll see you tomorrow, fellas. You all take care, boys. Bye now.